If you've been lucky enough to be a spectator at any of the National Rally Championship rounds in the country for the past decade, you'd agree without a doubt that Gaurav Gill is by far the most fearless and most fun rally driver to watch on any given rally weekend. He's every photographer and cameraman's delight. Not because he's trying to please us or give us the perfect shot, it's simply because that's just what he's made of. His accomplishments till date speak volumes of his caliber as a rally driver. Be it as a 5-time Indian National Rally Champion, a 3-time Asia Pacific Rally Champion, or as the first Indian with a real shot at making a mark in the highest echelon of rallying, the World Rally Championship.
I come from a family of sportsmen, and my uncles and my cousins, they were all into driving race cars and rally cars at a very young age. So I always saw rally cars and race cars around the house. So I think it was a natural progression for me as a kid to go and sit in rally cars and to obviously drive one. So I started driving at a very early age. I think while I was growing up, a big part of me getting involved in motorsport was video games. Video games were the new thing then, and a lot of the time we used to end up playing PlayStation, Colin McRae rally games, and that would just excite us and my friends, to go out and actually do drive on gravels. The Colin McRae game actually it taught me a lot of stuff about rallying. It was a great game, and it was something that me and my friends used to play for up to 12 hours, 10 hours a day. I don't think there's any championship that I haven't won. I think I've won pretty much all the championships, whether it's racing, rallying, or racing or rallying, yes. I have already tried being a motocross or a bike race rider. I've done powerboat racing. I've done racing, Formula cars. I think the only thing left is probably the air race, the Red Bull air race. I have won the INRC 5 times, and we're again leading this year. I'm always motivated because it's not how many times you win. It's all about learning, and you never stop learning. So the attitude is that you basically never stop learning, and I'm getting faster and faster. So I enjoy every moment of it, even today, and I take it up as a challenge, not to compete with others, but to compete with myself. And rallying is all about arriving to the end and controlled aggression, and there's so many factors that you need to keep developing within yourself. So I think that's the motivation factor. I've been in the APRC for almost 10 years, and I started getting a full season drive after maybe 2010.
Has always been Gill's Achilles heel.
2009 and 10 onwards, with a proper car, with a proper factory backup, with MRF tyres, and being considered as one of the drivers to win the championships. I've learned lots over there, with engineers, the driving, the terrain, with co-drivers, and with senior drivers is something that I always looked up to. It's been an amazing journey in the Asia Pacific. It's one of the toughest championships in the world. Although it's a 6-round or a 7-round championship, it's not like a WRC where you have 15 rallies. But it's one of the most difficult ones because each rally is so different from each other. Countries like Malaysia, where the cabin temperature exceeds 60 to 65 degrees sometimes, and you lose up to 7 to 10 kilos of water weight on your body in 2 days of driving. From there to going to New Zealand, where the average speeds are over 120 kilometers an hour on super fast gravel roads. So it's an amazing championship. I've learned so much with top European and drivers from across the world who are actually winning world championships, and to compete against them on that platform was something that I would thank my team for. Well, motorsport is not a very popular sport in this country because it's considered to be a sport only for the people who have a lot of money or big corporates, but which is absolutely true because you need a lot of money to survive in this kind of a sport. And I've been lucky enough to have the right attitude and the sponsors to back me up, and I've proven obviously that we can as Indians be as strong as the other drivers or other competitors around the world, or even the best in the world. I've spent almost 11 years with MRF now, and they are obviously the pioneers in the sport, motorsport in the country, and they are very passionate about the sport. So they wanted to see, and it was their dream to be one of the tyre manufacturers in the World Championship, and what better way to prove their product in one of the most difficult platforms the sport has to offer in the world. So our primary goal this year is to have a lot of development and register for 2019 in the World Championship. And hopefully once we register, it will be the first Indian tyre company to register for the World Championship, which will be again another amazing feat.
Don't cut 3 plus right, open.
I'm very proud of the fact that I'm the only Indian to represent Team MRF and drive the Ford Fiesta in the World Championship. It's an amazing feeling, to come here and do this, and especially in Finland a few weeks ago. It was one of the best rallies of the world. It's considered to be one of the most difficult rallies, and we did some really good stage times there. It was a very, it was an amazing performance. It was something that we were really expecting, and I think it's a great start to the championship this year for us. The ultimate goal for me and my career would definitely be to win the World Championship and try and win as many rallies as I can. It's been a very difficult time because the top drivers around the world do up to 20-25 rallies a year, and I only get about 5 to 6 rallies a year to drive. So it's a lot less seat time, but no complaints. This is what I have, so I'm going to make the most of it. Yeah, it's amazing to see that my rally car is available online as a scale model. And to see that the other top drivers around the world have also, obviously, that's what, when we were growing up, that's what we saw, where, we used to collect model cars of the other drivers, and today to be right there and be one of them is absolutely special.